welcome back to my channel. What's up? What's happening? I am back with another makeup tutorial. Trust me, it's been so long since I filmed a makeup tutorial, but here we are. I'm gonna be showing you a fresh, summery, glowy, peachy, bronzy makeup tutorial. Okay, in fact I also have a lot of life updates to give y'all, so it's gonna be a long, chatty, fun makeup tutorial. I hope you guys are ready for it. So yeah, without wasting any more time, you guys, let's get started. All right, so let's get started. I haven't put my lenses on. Let me put my lenses on, look a little more fancy. Can I do that on camera? I'm gonna try and do that on camera. I'm like a pro when it comes to like wearing lenses, even when I have such long nails. Alright, so with that, you guys, let's get started. Now, I haven't prepped or primed my skin at all. I'm going to be doing it here in front of you all because there are a couple of things that you need to keep in mind when you're prepping your skin for summer makeup, okay? So, first of all, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Paris Revitalift 1.5% hyaluronic acid serum, non-sponsored. Nothing in the video is sponsored, you guys. I'm just showing you all what I have been doing for my morning skincare routine. I'm just going to take like 2 drops of this. And it's a non-sticky, non-oily, non-greasy sort of a serum, which is like perfect to prep your skin before makeup or even just like your normal skincare routine. I have been using this before I put on my moisturizer because it just gives you that added layer of hydration, okay? And yeah, for some reason I don't really use a toner. I don't know why. I just skip toners altogether, but I think I should actually get into the habit of using a toner. But anyway, so with that, I'm going to move on to the next step, which is to use a moisturizer. I'm going to be using the Key Probiotic Moisturiser. I'm going to be using the Probiotic Moisturizer by Key. And this is another favorite because it's hydrating. At the same time, it's non-sticky and you know, a gel sort of a moisturizer. Now, it's completely your call. Like, whatever moisturizer actually works for you, you can just go ahead and prep your skin with it. So I'm gonna be like really honest, you guys. If you don't really see me wearing a lot of makeup these days on my Instagram stories and stuff, it's because I do not wear makeup when it's not needed, okay? Like, I am the kind of person who will only wear makeup when it's needed, when I'm attending something where I have shoots or a couple of other things. Basically, you know, I am this makeup person and then I am this skincare person also, so I like to strike a balance between the two, and hence, like, you will not really see me wear makeup every day. What I'm gonna do right now is that, first of all, I'm gonna just tie my hair back because it's coming in the way. What is this heat? It is so hot. It's literally like, I don't know, like 90 degrees or something, because it is hot. It's hot. Like, you cannot really sit without air conditioner. Dude, like, the climate literally snapped, you know? Like, the fuck. It was cold 1 second and I used to not even switch on my fan at night, and now, like, boom. It's so hot, you can't even sit in a room without AC. I'm gonna use my sunscreen because, dude, how can you even think of stepping outside without wearing a sunscreen? Like, this thing is literally your best friend during summer. So I'm going to be using the Avene sunscreen. Yes, it does have a white cast, but it like sort of settles into your skin within like 5 minutes. Now, you guys can go ahead and use whatever sunscreen you like. You don't really have to stick to what sunscreen I'm using. But I used to use the L'Oreal Paris sunscreen. I finished it. I've ordered for a new one, so that's on the way. But yeah, meanwhile, I'm going to be using this one. This is also very, very nice. And it's SPF 50. SPF 50 means that it will actually give you sun protection for a longer period of time. So, you know, during the day, if you're stepping outside between 12 to say 3 or 4ish, I think this will actually protect your skin for like, you know, 3 to 4 hours. So that's a good thing, right? Next, the last and final thing for my skin prep is a primer. I'm going to be using the NYX Pore Filler Primer. This is very similar to the... Okay, I forgot what is it. Benefit Professional. Yes, the Benefit Professional. Okay, it looks very, very similar to the Benefit Professional. So it's not completely silicone based. Okay, I mean it is, but it's got slight tint to it. So yeah, if you do not wish to use a silicone based primer because those get a little oily, So I tend to stay away from silicone based primers. I use something like this, which is sort of powdery. You know, it has this nice powdery finish to it, so it's mattifying, not oily. At the same time, it fills up your pores and everything. So I'm just gonna apply it on the center of my face, and then I'm gonna just spread it out like that. Honestly, if you do not wish to wear makeup during summers, which is completely understandable, you can also step outside just with this, you know, like a little bit of moisturizer, sunscreen and primer, because primer is gonna hold on to your skin and it's gonna keep your skin matte for a little longer. So, you know, your skin does not end up looking too greasy and oily during summers, because dude, in Bombay, it is insane. Like the sweat that you get on your face, the oil that comes out, it's just insane. Like you cannot. Okay, with that, you guys, moving on to my base routine. I'm going to be using my current favorite foundation. I want to keep my foundation, like the skin, very sheer and very breathable, and I would advise you guys to do the same. Even if you have like acne or if you have like some scars or pigmentation, just keep it very simple. Just gonna take like one pump of this, literally one, and just a tiny drop more. To that, I'm gonna add a little bit of dew. Now you can completely choose to skip this step, but I want my skin to look a little bit more dewy. I'm gonna be using the Becca Backlight. Dude, I'm gonna be using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is in the shade, no, what shade is this? Okay, but this one, it's a very light shade. Using Becca because Becca, if you don't know, the brand is shutting down, which just breaks my heart, because so many good products, dude. Like I can't even imagine how am I gonna live without my Hydra Mist powder, you know. So I'm just gonna take like one drop of this. It's gonna like make it a little bit more sheer, although the foundation anyway is like you know, medium coverage, but I still want it to be a little bit more sheer than that. And yes, you can go ahead and use a BB cream instead, but I feel like the BB cream will not give you that kind of finish, because most BB creams that I've come across are like sort of very matte, and they don't have the texture that I want, you know, when I'm doing my base. So I'd rather actually sort of dilute my foundation with a little bit of dewy, glowy cream or something. Again, it's a personal choice. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing, and I feel like this is enough for my entire face. Okay, I'm just going to start applying that very lightly. Okay, just a very light layer on my skin. The basic idea is कि पता भी नहीं चलना चाहिए that I'm wearing makeup in such heat. Okay, and yeah, so that is the dew that I'm talking about. It just looks natural. It looks nice and glowy and fresh, and not too much. So the dew that you see on my face is just the right amount that you need. For summers, it's not too much, and if you feel like the dew is getting a lot in certain areas, you can always tone it down with a little bit of powder. What is happening? I have so many updates to give you all. First of all, so I'm leaving for my trip very soon. In fact, I'm leaving on the 10th and I'll be back on 25th, so it's going to be one very long trip, and we are actually planning to go to Jaipur, Udaipur, Amritsar and Chandigarh. Chandigarh mein there is a friend's wedding for which the outfit from scratch number 5 is already in process. I am so excited for this one because this is the last wedding. Like, this is the last friend ka wedding, and all of my friends are like literally married. Ye sab wedding from scratch karte karte mere friends ki shaadi ho gayi hai. And this one is the last one who's going to get married, and yeah, I don't think my friends have been that excited जितनी मैं हुई हूँ to like, you know, create outfits from scratch. And हर friend की शादी में मैंने जाके इतने outfits बनाया, and I don't even know what I'm gonna do with those outfits, but the outfits have turned out so nice, you guys. When I look at those outfits, I'm like, wow, I'm getting better each time, you know. And it's just a fun vibe, like, you know, putting your creativity to use, and you guys also enjoy it. I have a little bit of sheen on my face, okay, and it looks nice. It doesn't look too much, but if you want to tone it down, I'm just gonna run the other side of blender on my face very lightly to just pick up all the excess product on my face, and that's also gonna like sort of push the product into my skin so that it doesn't move, budge or crack, or like even get too oily throughout the day. Now I have this concealer by Clinique. This is the Even Better Concealer and Eraser. I haven't used this, so I'm going to be using this literally here for the first time. Let's see how this works. This is very close to my skin color. It's just like one shade lighter, so I can actually use this as my brightening concealer at the same time, you know, like an eraser. and I feel like this is just gonna do the job right. I mean, it's gonna brighten up my face a little. I do not want my skin to be like too brightened because this is a daytime summer makeup look, so I just want it to be very, very simple and subtle. And I'm just gonna use it to sort of brighten my T-zone a little bit, okay? And I'm also gonna use the same concealer to sort of spot correct on the areas where I need a little bit more coverage, like on these tiny acne scars and like these tiny bumps that I have on my face right now. I like this concealer already. I mean, it's nice. I like the color. Like the shade really fits me well. I'm gonna use my blender to sort of blend it. Also, a pro tip here: when you're blending your concealer in, always use the pointy end of your blender, because otherwise what happens is when you use this side, your concealer actually spreads everywhere, and the whole idea of spot correction, just like there's no point to it. Okay dude, I'm loving this concealer because I have a little bit of pigmentation around my this area, and it always shows through my foundation and my concealer unless I use a color corrector underneath. But I just use a concealer and I feel like you can't really tell that there's any pigmentation underneath. Wow. Okay, we found a new favorite concealer. Also, I've realized that if you do your makeup in a hurry, it doesn't turn out the way you want it to. Like, just put yourself in that whole state of mind and that mood to get ready, and start getting ready at least 2 hours before you have to leave, so that your makeup also looks nice and flawless, and then you have like all the time in the world to like experiment and make sure your skin looks nice and all that. Because every time I try to do my makeup in a hurry, dude, it ends up looking so blah. And when I do my tutorials, my makeup turns out so good. Okay, I think we have just the right amount of brightness on our skin. It's not too much. It is just enough for a daytime makeup look. Like, my skin just looks even and how. And I'm literally using this concealer for the first time, and I wasn't really expecting it to be this good, but it is very, very good. I think on this side of my face the pigmentation is still showing through, so I'm just gonna like use one drop over it. Dude, so good. I'm gonna use a darker shade of concealer from Pack Cosmetics Take Cover Concealer, and I'm gonna sort of bronze up my skin. So just like gonna dot it. But I feel like the color is not going to do justice to my skin, so I'm going to use the NYX Wonder Stick, the contour end of it. I'm going to sort of like blend it with the Pack Take Cover Concealer. Okay, moving on to my blush tint, you guys. I'm going to be using the Benefit Love Tint. Although the only problem with this tint is that you have to be like really quick with your blending, otherwise it leaves this scar where you put it, and if you don't blend it in within like 5 seconds, it'll literally stick on your skin. Put it on my hand first because I feel like this is the safest way to actually put this tint on. So I'm just gonna like sort of buff it with the blender before I put it on my skin, and then I'm just gonna like smile and blend it with the contour that we just did. And I feel like this just adds on to the whole summery vibe, it just looks so nice and fresh. Like, I am all about using cream products always, because I think they just give the most natural vibe to your skin. But then again, it depends from person to person. What is your preference? This is my preference. This is how I generally do my makeup. So yeah, I'm just gonna like tap tap tap, take it all the way to my hairline, also like sort of blend it and merge it with the contour that we just did. A little bit on the chin as usual, a little bit on the nose as usual, and yeah. For my brows, I'm going to be using the Arch Arrival Brow Definer by Sugar. First, I'm going to use the spoolie end of it, and I'm going to just brush my brow hair upwards, fill in the gaps with light feathery strokes. We're not gonna Now, moving on to my eyes, I'm going to be using the Venus Lime Crime palette, and I'm going to do a nice soft peachy eye look because it's summers. So I'm going to start with this shade right here. Wait, they don't have a peachy matte shade? Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm gonna use this shade. Okay, this is a nice soft brown shade. It's not exactly peachy. But you know what? I could actually start with this shade. So I'm gonna start with this shade. I'm gonna start from the outer corner like that. And just blend the edges out so that it doesn't look too much and too heavy. And then you can go ahead and like sort of layer the shade if you want to like sort of darken the edges out a little bit more to give it more dimension, and only stick to the outer corners of it. Do not extend it beyond this if you want to just create that depth. Now I'm going to repeat the same process on the inner corner as well because I want to do a nice soft halo eye. Yeah. Guys, are you excited for all the vlogs that are going to be coming your way when I start traveling? I even called for a vlogging camera, just FYI. And I even asked on my Instagram if I should do a meet and greet in Chandigarh, like a 10-15 people meet and greet, just a very selective small meet and greet, you know, at some cafe or some restaurant where we could actually all go for lunch. I don't know, it was just a thought in my head, but then COVID, dude, like because of COVID, you really cannot do anything. I'm gonna be in Chandigarh for like about 5 days, and I thought one of those days I could actually hang out with you guys. But a lot of people actually messaged me saying that that's not a good idea because, you know, you're first of all coming from Bombay. So I actually will be getting my COVID test done before I start traveling because a lot of these hotels that we're going to be staying in, they actually require your COVID test. So I will be doing my COVID test before I leave, but I think it's still going to be a problem if I want to like conduct a meet and greet. So I do not wish to put anybody in a spot, but I really do want to meet you all. For my lower lash line, you guys, I'm going to be taking the same peachy shade that I started off with earlier, and I'm going to sort of bring that to my lower lash line. No. On the center of my lid, I'm actually going to be using this glitter that I got from Kiko Milano. And I'm just going to use my finger to sort of put it on the center of my eyelid. Now this is completely optional, you don't really have to do this step. This is, you can keep it matte, you know, if you want. I'm just doing this because I feel like doing it, okay? Next I'm going to be using this pencil in the shade Colorbar. It is in the shade Marsala. The color is sort of maroonish, burnt maroonish brown. I don't know how to explain it, but the color is marsala. You know, it actually reminds me of this Game of Thrones ka red lady, you know, if you remember. So the outfit that she used to wear used to be like, you know, deep maroon, burnt maroon sort of a color, and that's exactly the color of this pencil. I don't know why I actually linked Game of Thrones with this pencil, but I did, to just give you this color ka reference. Use this pencil right on the outer corner. Okay, so I am just gonna create a nice foxy wing liner with this because I feel like a foxy liner just gives your eyes that lift. And then you want to use a smudging brush and just like sort of smudge it out. Smoky liner is so my thing. Like if I were to actually describe my signature makeup look, it has to be smoky liner. Okay, I'm also gonna highlight my inner corners. You're highlighting your inner corners, just pull it a little on your lower lash line as well. It just adds a little bit of twinkle to your eyes, you know? Just looks nice. Finish it off. I am gonna put on some mascara. Oh, by the way, I'm using Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced, and surprisingly it's working really well on me today. No, this is the Damn Girl mascara. Oh, so this is not Better Than Sex mascara, this is the Damn Girl mascara. And I haven't curled my lashes, just saying. On its own, it's doing a fab job on my lashes. I'm surprised because I've used Better Than Sex a couple of times and it hasn't ever once worked on my lashes, you know. For my lipstick, I'm using the shade by L'Oreal Paris. It's their Rule Signature Liquid Matte Lipstick in the shade 105 I Rule. So with that, you guys, we are done with the makeup look. Trust me, this makeup look is going to last you throughout the day, even if it's like really sweaty and hot, because we've kept it all like really nice matte with a hint of dew. I haven't added more dew to this because as you go on about your day, your makeup is going to settle into your skin and it's going to get more dewier because of all the oils in your skin. These are some techniques that I keep picking up here and there, and you know, things that actually work on my skin, because as I said, I like to keep it very like simple and fresh and like something that I can actually wear, which keeps my skin breathable for a long period of time. And because I live in Bombay, which is extremely humid right now, I feel like this is something that I can actually pull off throughout the day if I have to wear makeup during the daytime. Okay. With that, this is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, not forget to give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel before you leave. And that is it. I'll see you next time.